And to start off this card, we got a fight I'm actually looking forward to with Yuneisy Duben taking on Carli Judice. And Yuneisy Duben, in my book, had the knockout of the year for the Contender Series last year. You could argue that was the best knockout in Contender Series history. I mean, she completely comatose the girl with one punch and was a gigantic underdog. So, man, that was pretty cool to see. And we didn't see her in the cage for much time, obviously, but there's no way she wasn't walking away with the contract after that performance. That made Duben 6-0 with 6 finishes, and she hasn't been out of the first round since 2018. Her last 3 wins are all first-round stoppages, and all her wins, besides her win on the Contender Series, have been against 0-0 fighters, so there really isn't a lot to go off with Duben. I mean, clearly she is dangerous. Now she's moved and is training in the U.S. for this fight. I've seen her at Pound for Pound Muay Thai in Denver, where Rose Namajunas, Miranda Maverick, a couple other UFC fighters train. And she also was training over in Pittsburgh at a Gracie Academy, so she's getting the work in, and she has a lot to prove, but the momentum is building, and if she can win her UFC debut, the sky's the limit for her and what she can get going here in this run. And Carli Judice, she has her back against the wall here. She's 0-1 in the UFC. She also lost on the Contender Series. So right now she's on a 2-fight losing streak. Both of those losses were split decisions. They were really competitive fights. Judice just got the short end of the stick on the scorecard. And prior to that Contender Series fight, she was 3-0 with 3 first-round stoppages. So kind of similar to Yuneisy Duben. I mean, I guess you could argue that we've seen her now in couple 5-round fights where she has been able to keep the gas tank, but all her wins are also first-round stoppages. And she was originally training to fight Juliana Miller February 15th, but Miller pulled out of that fight, and then she got booked a month later against someone that has a totally different style. So we'll see if that affects her positively or negatively. I mean, maybe we'll see Judice pull out some grappling if she was training that hard for the Juliana Miller fight. But Duben, she has a narrow-bladed stance. She has a really good lead leg. She uses it like a jab, great side kicks, body head, and her leg kicks are nasty too. She'll attack low a lot and then ultimately use that to go to the head. She'll throw big round kicks, spin kicks to the head. She has fast hands as well. Her jab is good. She'll throw some 1-2s, 3-2s. Her patented overhand, which knocked out Shannon Clark. And she's a heavy hitter. I mean, she was landing punches moving backwards versus Clark and still hurting her. And she's accurate. In the clinch, she seems to have good instincts as well. I saw her land good knees. She seems to be accurate with punches or kicks off the break. And her fight prior to going to the Contender Series, her opponent's corner threw in the towel, which was really strange, honestly, and I haven't seen many other of her fights, so it's hard to be super confident, but, you know, she's evasive, she's going to be throwing power, it's scary to get in on her, and then she has high-level striking experience outside of MMA with her Taekwondo and Wushu background, and her takedown defense, from what I saw, didn't look bad. She has a fast brawl. She looks athletic. She has good balance. And the one time I did see her get put on her back, she got up pretty quickly. So I think she could probably keep this a stand-up fight. Judice is more of a striker anyways. Cardio, complete unknown, obviously. And I don't know exactly how Duben would handle a tough situation or adversity either. But Carli Judice, tough southpaw. She's tall, long, lanky, good kicker, good body kicks, nice knees to the body. Good job pot-shotting with her hands, and then she can land some switch stance punch attacks. Good jab. She'll slip and rip with counter punches. On the inside, she has good elbows, and her head movement isn't the best, but it looks a little better versus Gabrielle Fernandez. Her kick defense, I mean, she tends to just eat kicks, which I think could be a problem in this fight, but she's proven to be someone who is very tough, has a chin cardio. She's landed over 165 significant strikes in both of her Contender Series fight and her UFC debut, so the volume is going to be there. And she's mixed in takedowns here and there in fights, but I don't see her coming in here with the primary game plan of wrestling. Maybe if she's being outclassed on the feet, she'll try to go that route, but I expect this to be more of a striking fight, most likely. And one thing Judice has that we have seen is cardio, so I think she's going to look to want to extend this fight, but I don't understand the odds here. I mean, if Judice was someone that was very proven, like beaten anyone of note, or somebody that had good grappling, maybe I could understand why she would be such a significant favorite. But both these girls are more striking oriented. Duben clearly is going to have good mojo coming in here, back in the same place where she got a huge knockout as an underdog. She's training with a really good camp in the U.S. where she's going to be at elevation, which can maybe kind of quell some of the worry you have with the cardio issues potentially. And she's proven she has knockout power against someone in Judice that gets hit quite often. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the underdog here in Yuneisy Duben and see if she can make it 2 wins in a row and kind of prove herself to be this level. With Carli Judice, I don't think she's proven much either in the sport, so I think the line is off, and because of that, I'm gonna go with Duben here.